Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is one of the first videos that I'm posting. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, and let's jump right into it. So one of the first things that I want to talk about is a quote that really resonates with what I'm trying to talk about today. And it's by Albert Einstein. He says, "Everybody has a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life thinking that it's stupid." So I believe everyone has a genius inside of us. Everyone has their special ability, their special gifts, God-given gifts, and their special qualities. However, oftentimes our school system, our teachers, our parents can put us down by saying, go to school, get good grades. If you don't get good grades, you won't get a good job. And oftentimes we can feel like we're just meant to work for someone else. So why go to school? If money is the whole objective of getting a job and our school system is fundamentally based on getting out of school and finding a good paying, high paying job, then why aren't we taught in school about money? In the book, What Americans Really Want, Really, by Dr. Frank Lutz, he states, "So how to equip a generation of Americans for success in entrepreneurship? Forget about MBAs. Most business schools teach you how to be successful in a big corporation rather than start your own company. But starting something from scratch and nurturing it as it grows is where our country has been at its strongest." Just by reading that quote, you can already see how he's saying that our school system limits us. Instead of our school system teaching us when we get out of school to find a good high-paying job, they aren't teaching us how to start our own company, how to start our own business, whether it's a small business and scale it up to a big business. They're just teaching us strictly get a job. And that's one of the things that I really didn't like about going to school. I always thought, oh, maybe I could start my own business. I could be an entrepreneur. I can do many things, but I didn't want to work for someone else. So I grew up with a hardworking mother and a hardworking father, and they always embedded into my head, go to school, get good grades. If you don't get good grades, you won't find a good high-paying job. As I was in school, I didn't know what I wanted to be. I didn't want to be a lawyer, a doctor. Don't get me wrong, those things are necessary in our society. However, that is not something that I felt like I wanted to grow up to be. I was always like stuck between what do I want to do, or sometimes I'll even say, oh, I want to be a lawyer just so I could have something. But as I was a senior in high school, I read Rich Dad Poor Dad, and that book opened up my eyes. It changed the whole trajectory of my life, and after that I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted to be an investor. Finally knew that school wasn't the only way I can be successful. I wanted to grow my assets and reduce my liabilities. So I did forget to mention the difference between assets and liabilities. Assets put money in your pocket. For example, if you own a home and you rent it out, the money being put into your pocket is an asset, is passive income. And liability is when money is being taken out of your pocket. For example, if you are a renter, the money that you are giving to your landlord every month is your liability. I knew I could learn so much more by reading different books, taking classes, real estate classes, because I do want to become a real estate investor. I could watch videos on YouTube of different mentors and people that I admire. Although school does teach really good skills as reading, writing, problem-solving skills, they don't teach about money. So now another quote of wisdom that I want to talk about is, "Give a man a fish, he eats for the day. Teach him how to fish, and he eats for a lifetime." That is a quote of wisdom that really resonated with what I was trying to learn. Our school system generally teaches us temporary grades and temporary job, get into a temporary high-paying job, because although you get a high-paying job, it's not you're not guaranteed that they will keep you there forever, or that you'll always have the ability to work there. Are we teaching kids how to fish, or are we giving them temporary fish? By this I mean, are we teaching them things that will help them grow, give them the skills that they will need to run a successful business, or things that they will use to ultimately become financially free? Are we settling with teaching our kids temporary things. Now children come out of school feeling accomplished, that they have their diploma, they have their good grades, now they're ready for a job. And again, as I mentioned, that grades are simply not enough in the real world. You need to know the difference between assets and liabilities. You need to have a financial statement. You need to know what a financial statement is if you don't already. Wanting to buy a home, your banker is not going to want to see your grades. Your banker is going to want to see your financial statement. Your financial statement is made up of two categories. Your income statement is your income and expenses, and your balance sheet. Balance sheet is assets and liabilities and even cash flow. Now another quote that really resonated with what I'm talking about today is by Jim Robb. He says, formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune. What he is talking about, he means that not only do we need formal education from our school, we also, in addition, we need much more than that. We need self-education, we need financial education to know the difference between assets and liabilities, to know what a financial statement is. A lot of kids don't even know what a financial statement is. You know about credit, but do you know what a financial statement is? You'll need that when you buy a house. And these are one of my two favorite quotes because they open your mind outside of the educational system and they get you to think, okay, so formal education will make me a living. How do I exceed that? How do I grow from that to financial freedom? In high school, I was not taught about taxes. In my economics class, we never mentioned the subject about taxes. And you hear taxes everywhere. Everyone pays taxes. But do you know the things that will incentivize your taxes so that you pay less in taxes, to put you in a lower tax bracket than you are? One of the highest tax brackets is earned income and self-employed income. Self-employed income, a lawyer, an accountant, and earned income is taxed at a 40% tax bracket. Self-employed is taxed at a 60% tax bracket, or a small business, also 60% tax bracket. Big business, 500 employees or more, is 20% tax bracket, and an investor either pays 10% or 0% in taxes. And you're wondering, how can that be? And the reason for that is because investors invest in real estate that provides housing for other people. They create jobs for the economy, which moves the economy, gets it going. Also invest in oil, gas, energy, and those things is what our economy needs. So the government gives them tax breaks for those investments that they made. Now, advising children to go to school, work hard for earned income is not the smartest thing to do, because our kids will never be financially free paying high in taxes. If you have a regular 9-to-5 job, earned income, you know, is taxed. And how much do they take away from you? How much do you actually keep? Now, if we teach kids about the tax law from a very early age on, they will have an open mind. If they want to start a business, they will already know the simple tax benefits they will get from that business. Now, I don't know if I will get hate for saying this, but the reason that Donald Trump does not, or pays very little in taxes, is because he provides for the economy. His hotels provide jobs, his real estate provides housing, and his investments, they provide tax breaks, because that is what our government wants us to do. Our government wants us to give back to our economy, and in return we will get those tax breaks that we want. The book I recommend reading is Tax-Free Wealth by Tom Wheelwright. This book is such a simple book to read. If you want to know about the tax law and how you can have the tax law work for you, get this book. I'm so surprised by how many tax benefits you can get. Read this book and you will know how the tax law can work for you. One of the people that I admire and I consider my mentor is Robert Kiyosaki. The reason for that is he has so many life-changing books, and I mentioned earlier one of the books that has really changed the trajectory of my life is Rich Dad Poor Dad. He explains so many of the things that I've always wondered. He has truly changed the way that I think, and that many other people think as well. Now, if there's one important thing that you could get from this video, is If you already have a desired profession in mind, that's fine. That's totally fine. Don't settle with what you have been taught or are being taught. Always read books. Always watch financial education videos here on YouTube as well, so you can expand your mind, you can grow financially and be on track to being financially free if that's something that interests you. Now, another book that I recommend reading is Who Stole My Pension by Robert Kiyosaki. I also recommend reading this book if you have a 401k and you consider that in your investment, or you invest in mutual funds, ETFs, and all of that kinds of stuff. Now, don't hand your money over to a financial planner or an advisor. The reason I'm saying this is because people that say that they're financial advisors, planners, limit them to just investing in things that they cannot control. However, for me, I will invest in real estate because that is something that I do have control over. I will learn from my mistakes and I will grow from them, and I will have the opportunity to do it again when making a mistake. I believe our society would be much better off with a real financial education, because that in the real world, that's what we use on a daily basis. Now, if you're looking to read some books to increase your financial IQ, I highly recommend. I bought some online books on eBay. I have them here on my phone. These are some books that I have on my phone, and I don't have to have the physical books since buying a lot of those books can be a little pricey. So I like having them on hand every day when I'm out and about. I'll just open the PDF and read the books. Now, if you're interested, I will link some books down below that will really change your life. Now, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, comment down below what you thought of this video. I appreciate, and I'll be reading all the comments. Bye.